Hey lovelies. Oh, I'm trying out this new lighting. How cool is it? My eyes look very, very cool. So I wanted to just quickly jump on. This time I'm actually going to try and do this quickly. We'll see how we go. But I was speaking to a friend today, and she sent me this message, and the message basically said, EJ, I've met my soulmate. And she went on to tell me the story. Oh, hey viewers, I see you there. Hey Christy. Anyway, okay, let me get into it. It's a good story. So yeah, she's like, EJ, I've met my soulmate. I can't even explain it. Like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation. Like she was saying the energy like between us was just like incredible, and this connection, and they were saying things like, she was saying things like, I've never felt this way before, and he's never felt this way before, and we just hung out, and he held my hand, and it was really, really intense, and he was saying that what we have is real, and all this kind of stuff. Now, this is a friend that is really quite switched on, okay? It's not someone that's, I don't know how to explain it in a not offensive way, not someone that really gets caught up and hooked up in connection. Like, it's not like someone, yeah, if that makes sense. And so she was telling me the story, and she was so excited, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. Hey, Ariel. Hey, was it Dawn was there too? All my favorites are on here, and everyone else that's not watching, you're my favorites too. That jump on and watch. And so it was so sweet. I was like, and I was smiling the whole time. Because in my mind I'm like, uh-oh. And then she went on to say that, and then he said he had something to tell me, and he had to tell me because he knew he had to tell me. And he said, I can't believe that we've got this connection because there's something I have to tell you. And what he said was that he is actually engaged. And yeah, so, and then she was like, I can't believe it. And she's like, we're standing on the road, and we were like looking to each other's eyes, and it was so intense. And then we ran into each other again later on, and I was just like, wow, we keep meeting, and we keep running into each other. And apparently he was saying that, and so, and he's like, I don't know what to think, EJ. Like, I can't believe this has happened, and I can't believe this. The situation's, he said the situation's so fucked, and like things aren't going well with his, partner, and all this kind of stuff. And it was a voice message that she was telling me this stuff, and I was like, okay. And I had to voice it back, and I said, I'm going to burst your bubble, basically. And I said to her, everything you've just told me is a massive red flag that this is a woundmate connection. Okay? Anything that's very intensive very quickly is a very big sign that that person is a woundmate. Okay? The fact that he's not available to you is actually a reflection of your own unavailability. Okay? And this is someone I've been doing some work with as well. And we haven't got to, we're going to be working through some of the stuff around that, which we haven't got to yet. So it's perfect timing, right? Because I'm like, this is great, because this is now bringing up the next step we need to go to. Unfortunately, she wasn't attached to anything actually going anywhere with him. More so, she had the view of like, oh, well, now this has come up, what can I look at? And this is what I do all the time, and what I get my clients to do all the time, and what we do at my retreats, is I get everyone to go through the process of what happens when you have this connection with someone. How do you actually turn it into an opportunity for healing, so that you can actually become more of your own soulmate and attract more soulmate energy? Yeah. So, but the thing is, we get so caught up on these connections because they do feel so intense that we think, oh my God, I've not felt like this before. And the other person's, saying these things, which is actually a red flag, like when you automatically meet someone like that. And yes, the connection can be intensive, and perhaps it's a soul contract. But it's a soul contract because that person is there to help you face some of your shit. Okay? And when they do that, it's a chance for more healing, and it's a chance for more growth, and it's a chance for more self-love. Right? And I'll give you an example. Is at the moment, I'm exploring different connections in my life with men, and some of these men are woundmates, and I'm quite well aware that they are, right? And unfortunately, I have the process and the tools to know, and I teach how to manage your emotional triggers. So I'm actually getting so much healing out of it. Like, I'm loving it, because at the end of the day, what it's creating for me is more self-love. What it's helping me to do is become more of my own soulmate. And then, you know, when you become more of your own soulmate, you then attract more soulmate energy. And that's, you know, all different types of soulmates, right? And so, you know, fortunately, I have these processes of like, how do you know when this person is a woundmate? And there's some very clear, very, very clear signs. And, you know, there's happy chemicals at play. So you literally will be drugged. Oh, my battery's going to die. That's all right. I'm not going to talk for long, I said, didn't I? It's forcing me not to talk for long. You know, the oxytocin, the serotonin, the dopamine are all at all-time high. And you can get attached. You can get attached to that feeling. Because at the end of the day, these people are only reflecting to you what's already within you, right? And they're there to show you those wounds that need more healing. Okay, and so you can love yourself more. I'm loving all the love hearts, by the way. I'm so loving it. Do you like my little backgrounds, by the way? How cool are they? And so, yeah, these wound mates are there to show you this, right? And so I think what the key is here is, like, as soon as I hear something like, I've met my soulmate, I'm like, uh-oh. It's like, okay, let's just see where this, you know, and I go, okay, well, tell me more. And usually it's a wound mate, because, you know, soulmates will come in and they'll generally be not as intensive, and they'll grow over time. And 10%, all right, I'm gonna have to really go. Okay, all right, I don't have my charger near me. So yeah, so I have all these amazing processes around healing wound mate connections and using those connections to evolve, which is why I can actually have wound mates in my life and not let it affect me, but I have all these tools and processes to actually create greater self-love and more wholeness within myself. And I love it. I actually, like, and I have healthy boundaries, right? And I don't get, you know, if anything gets triggered, then I can process it, okay? So this is everything, that a big chunk of what I teach at my retreat, my upcoming Integrated Women's Relationship Healing Intensive. I basically take you through a whole process that when anyone comes into your life, whether it's a family member, a friend, a lover, anyone that you have some sort of wounding or connection around that's really intensive, or there's drama or there's stuff going on that needs clearing, I have a process that will literally take you to completely clear that and use it as a chance to actually have more self-love, to actually love yourself more. And then you can shift that connection completely. Like, you can actually evolve that connection into more of a soulmate connection, which is also, yeah, totally, right? Yeah, absolutely right. So yeah, so at the end of the day, you can evolve that connection as well, okay? It doesn't mean that, oh my God, that person's a wound mate, and that doesn't mean you can have a connection. That absolutely can happen. That connection can be evolved with consciousness and with healing, okay? So that is possible for that to happen. And so I can have people in my life that might have started out as wound mates, and they'll literally shift the whole, they might not even necessarily do the work, but something shifts within me, and the whole relationship will shift, and the way I show up shifts, or things don't just affect me as much as they used to, or, you know, I'm not like over analyzing, or I'm not thinking that this is the one, or this sort of stuff. Or things that that person is doing is not affecting me anymore. And, you know, because I've actually become more whole, and I've actually become more loving to myself. So now, like, when I see and I know, because I know the signs of a wound mate, I can totally tell, like, when that comes in, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, this is a chance for healing. This person is a mirror to show me something. And I go and I explore that, and I love it, and it's amazing. It's just so, and it brings more wholeness into me. And then often involves the connection, or the connection, you know, disappears because that person's not in alignment anymore. The connection's just not as there as it was. So yeah, so I just wanted to jump on quickly, and I wanted to let anyone know, if you are wanting to know these processes and tools and this healing, so you can actually get in more wholeness and basically transform any relationship, wound mate, soulmate, whatever it is, you can, like, this is what I love, that I have all the tools and processes. It's so cool. It's so, I just love it. And this comes from me being someone who had constant wound mates, and just keep being re-wounded all the time, over and over and over. So, and now I just have a totally different perspective around all of that. And so, yeah, so just wanted to jump on, and if anyone does want to come to my next event, it is a women's event. It is on the 29th, 30th of September and 1st of October. It's 3 days, just PM me and I will send you some details. It's here on the Gold Coast. The first day we look at all the woundmate stuff, we look at the triggers, we look at the patterns, we look at how to freaking heal any relationship and completely transform it and show up completely differently in all of them. And yeah, so I just love this work so much. You can tell I'm a little bit passionate about it. And you've got that for the rest of your life. Like whenever these things happen, like, and you've got my support and my group of women and sisters who we're continuously working on this stuff. So, you know, we might work on a partner and then we're like, okay, now I need to work with my dad, now I need to work with my mom and my sister and this person and my ex and this and then, oh, that new person that came in, I need to work on then. Yeah, I would love to come to Perth, yeah, I've been thinking about coming to Perth, either end of the year or early next year, something around there. If anyone from Perth wants me to do this, please let me know. Yeah, so yeah, there's always stuff, and there's always stuff to look at, which is amazing, and it's always about self, right? It's always about self. And so I don't know where I was going with that. I was going somewhere, but so yeah, so just let me know. Oh, and if you're not in the Gold Coast, I have an online program with this as well. So if you can't make it here, I have an online program, and I also have the option where you can do one-on-one sessions as well. So with my event, I also offer a one-on-one session with anyone that comes to my event. You get to also have a one-on-one with me, and you also get access to the online program. So you've always got access to the tools and to the processes, like they're always there. Yeah, Tasha's done this stuff, so she knows, and I mean, she's been to my retreat, but she's also really onto it with this stuff as well. So yeah, so if you know anyone that is going through like some woundmate stuff, which is pretty much if you're getting really triggered, or it's a really intense connection and it's up and down and roller coaster and crazy and wild, and sometimes it's just someone that's annoying the shit out of you and that sort of thing, then and you know there's something that needs to be cleared in the space. I have something in my left eye. Hang on, it's my right eye. It was my left. I was looking that one. Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Erin Jake, please just PM me if you need some advice. I'm not doing Q&A on this one because literally my phone is about to die. So I can't really answer anything here, but please feel free to just PM me and I can see what I can do. Yeah, but please reach out. Anyone, just reach out. If you're going through this kind of stuff, I know it resonates with lots of people, and if you know anyone that's going through this stuff, you know, which I know that there's a lot of people going through this stuff, please feel free to tag them in this post so they can get some sort of insights into why that might be going on and what the journey is there. So, okay. All right, bye-bye, my loves. Have an amazing evening or day wherever you are in the world. I will speak to you soon. Bye.